everybody. We are in our second week of the devotional now and kind of looking at God's vision for us. Last week we looked at what God's purpose was for us and how his purpose of saving the world through Jesus Christ intersects with our purpose that he's designed and created us for, and how we can be a part of his purpose in sharing the gospel and living out the gospel and showing people the love of God in our everyday lives. And so, as we think about vision, this can be one of the most confusing topics, I think, for us. And vision is really what you're aiming at. If purpose is the target that you're aiming at, the goal, then vision is you looking down and saying, all right, these are the steps of how I'm going to get there. Vision is really the described in God's law as his laws, his word that's laid out for us to follow and obey. Those are the steps of helping us fulfill the purpose that God's given to us. And so it's, showing people the love of Christ, obeying your parents, working hard at your job and or in your schoolwork, and doing these things that we all know we should do, speaking the truth to people. And we all know we should be doing these things, and yet so often they're the hard things for us to really do. And but they result when we do them in us really clarifying of how we're going to live for God. And so I hope that's helpful. And yesterday, for day one of week two, you kind of looked at who you are, your identity, and both your experiences, abilities, skills, and things like that. If you struggled with this as a student, I would encourage you, talk to your parents about this. They can help you really understand who you are, and that you're just at the beginning of this journey of understanding who you are. And the better you know God, the better you're going to know yourself, and the better you're going to be able to live out the purposes God's given you, the better you know yourself. So if you're struggling with this, like, I don't know what skills I have or what talents I have or what my experiences really are in these things, talk to your parents and they will be able to help you write some things down and maybe point some things out that are true, but you may not see them yourself. Day two of week two, it says, all right, let's bring this all together. And it defines vision this way. It says, vision is a God sized picture of what your life could look like if your identity and God's purposes, leaning heavily on the power of the Spirit, work in harmony to change the world around you. And we need to rely heavily on the power of the Spirit. And it asks you to spend some time in prayer looking at Psalm 25, 1 through 5 as your guide. And as I read through that passage, some words that really God brought to my mind were this: follow, trust, wait, and serve. And so it's like, we need to just follow God. We need to trust in him and wait instead of trying to accomplish things our own in our own timing. Wait for his timing and serve people and serve the Lord where we're at. And so I just wrote down a prayer in that blank space of just giving up my control of my life and asking God to take control and asking him for help for me just to walk by his Spirit, to lean on his Spirit and to rely on him. And maybe you would like to write down a prayer similar to this and write some ideas of what your vision could be. Where is God aiming your life at? Well, I hope this is helpful. Keep plugging away. This is a great study, and have a great week. See you Sunday. Bye.